Hey guys, with the release of the new Salzwiesen Park, it is time to go over all the locations, the best times, and every single hotspot map for all the species here on Salzwiesen. Salzwiesen Park is the home of 15 different species, and every single of those species is either Class 1 or Class 2. So as for the loadout, first of all I would suggest you to carry a shotgun like the 12 gauge cacciatore in order to be able to hunt all the Class 1 species like the bears and the dogs from a close range. I would also recommend you to carry a 22 rifle for the long range shots on also the Class 1 species, and the 243 Ranger for the Class 2 animals like the foxes, the raccoons and the raccoon dogs. Now we're gonna start by going over the locations where it's possible to find my favorite animal on this map, which is the pheasant. Here on Salzwiesen, the pheasant is present on many different areas. You know, it is actually possible to hunt them on pretty much every single region, but if I had to choose my favorite locations, the fields within this region are usually amazing. You know, all these fields. This entire region is really open, so it's very easy to spot the pheasants while they are feeding in the morning. And also this southern region is, in my experience, another fantastic spot that is also very open and also amazing to hunt those feed zones. Is that what I think it is? That pheasant is white. Finally, we still haven't had the luck to find our first trophy here on Salzwiesen, so finding a rare pheasant is great. Now I don't know where she is. She was running towards this area, so I'ma tell our dog to find it. Okay, he's sneaking up to something, so they are still here. The question is where? Oh, right there. Is that a rare? I don't recall the exact estimate, but there's a good chance that it's actually rare. Now our dog should be about to give us the option to flush it. Now we have it. So let's go for it. Okay, there she is. Man, I lost it for a second. I think it's that one. Or maybe that one. And here we have it. So the question is this an albino or a leucistic? I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea of how to distinguish an albino from a leucistic in the case of the female pheasants. They are both very similar. So let's see. Albino. Alright. Our first rare ever here on Salzwiesen Park, finally. Now the next species we're gonna go over is the black grouse. The black grouse is another Class 1 species, very similar to the first one, that also inhabits the exact same locations. They can be found feeding anywhere around these fields at the same time as the pheasants, also down here, right here along the coast, and up here. All these areas are fantastic to hunt black grouses and pheasants while they are feeding, from 400 in the morning to 1100 in the morning, and from 1400 to 2100. Max Estimate. Max Estimate Raccoon. The last Max Estimate Raccoon we found was only a level 4, so hopefully this one will be level 5. What is that? Hey Raccoon, oh! Max Estimate. Level 4, I guess it is the same Max Estimate we found earlier. I mean, we found the track, but we could never find the raccoon. So good to know it is only level 4. You know, this map is honestly fantastic to hunt these raccoons because in contrast with Mississippi Acres and New England Mountains, which are the other two reserves where it's possible to hunt the species, this map is full of open areas where these raccoons tend to have their feed zones and it's really easy to spot them. You know, here on Salzwiesen, the common raccoon is present pretty much around the whole reserve. They inhabit every single region with the exception of the wetlands, and it is really simple to spot them feeding all around these fields from 1000 to 1300. Now let's shoot this raccoon. I'ma use the 243 Ranger. And that's it. Is it even possible for these guys to make diamond at level 4? I don't think so. So let's continue trying to find an actual diamond. Oh! Level 9! No way, level 9 red fox. The first max level we have seen so far here on Salzwiesen, and hopefully also the first diamond. You know, just as a common raccoon, the red fox is one of the multiple species that also inhabits the entire map, but the wetlands. They can be found on pretty much every single region, but if you wanna target them, I would suggest you to hunt them while they are drinking from 1700 to 2000 on every single body of water except on the wetlands. Now we're reaching a nice open area where hopefully this fox will give us a chance to shoot it. Should be here. I mean, the foxes are slow, so he should be like less than 100 meters out. Maybe there. Yeah, there he is. Roughly 70 meters out. We are gonna use the 243 Ranger. And that's it, he's down. Level 9 Red Fox down. The question is, how big is it? Will this finally be our first diamond here on Salzwiesen Park? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Oh, he's a troll! He's a troll! 13.82. Where in the world? Man, that sucks. I was really excited to get my first diamond on this map, but man, no luck today. Alright guys, now we're gonna go over the locations where it's possible to find one of the most unique species on the entire map, which is the raccoon dog. These raccoon dogs are another species that also inhabit very similar places as the pheasants, the black grouse, the common raccoons and the red foxes, but the difference is that these guys drink from 1000 to 1300. And from all the locations where they can drink, my personal favorites are this coast right here. This entire coast is fantastic, and the same can be said about this region over here. Now the next two species are both the ferruginous dog and the cotw dog. These two dogs are the only new animals that were included on this update. They are present on many different regions, but the difference with the rest of the species that I've mentioned so far is that these dogs are only present within the wetlands. You know, essentially around here, around these areas, also near the coast right here, down here as well. So as long as you place your decoys anywhere within these areas, odds are that you'll get a good number of logs to land. Just make sure to place around 17 to 20 decoys per species in order to maximize the attraction. Oof! Level 3 ferruginous dog. No way guys, that may be our first diamond on this map. And look at the chaos guys, so many dogs, there are like 4 different flocks about to land, right here. Some of them are landing already, the level 3 is still flying though, but he's gonna land in a matter of seconds. Let's see. Okay, now it's landing. Like 20 meters out. So we're gonna shoot him using the recurve. It sounds hard, but at this distance it's honestly a piece of cake. And that's it. Will this finally be our first diamond on Salzwiesen Park after getting trolled by level 9 Red Fox? I think it's time for a diamond. So hopefully it makes it. And here's a diamond. 1067.55. Yes. Such a beautiful species, look at the color. And the fact that it's our first diamond on this map makes it even more special. It took us a while to get this first diamond, but finally. Now, in addition to the cotw dog and the ferruginous dog, Salzwiesen Park is also a home of another 5 dog species, which are the tough dog, the goldeneye, the mallard dog, the Eurasian teal, and the Eurasian widgeon. The habitat of this species is also mostly present around the wetlands, but there are definitely some differences in the areas where these species tend to land. For example, this location has goldeneye, mallard, tough dog, Eurasian teal and Eurasian widgeon, while this other spot right here, which isn't too far, only has goldeneye, tough dog and cotw dog. So the combination of species really varies depending on the location, and for that reason the next 5 hotspot maps were the maps that took me by far the most work while making this guide, easily. I can definitely say it was a real challenge to get him right guys. I had to test many different setups on many different locations until I figured with a fair amount of precision where each of the species are able to land. Now the next 2 species are both the grey lacus and the tundra vincus. These 2 species are present on many different areas of the map, but a good part of the population seems to be present around these areas, around these regions. For example, this area right here, where I have this tent, is honestly one of the most consistent spots I've tried so far where it's possible to hunt both species, and the same can be said about this other area. Also, the fields within the right side of the map are also very consistent, mainly for grey lacus, so hunting there is also a great option. But at the end of the day, these 2 species are present on a good chunk of the map, and honestly choosing one location over the other just because it has been better in my experience may not be the most wise thing to do, because each map is different, and what is a great location for me may not be a great location on your map. Now guys, the last species is the European rabbit, and let me tell you, making the hotspot map for this species was a very real challenge because the potential burrow locations are many, several, and each individual map only has a fraction of those burrow locations. So the only way to know exactly where the rest of the burrow locations are is by either visiting many multiplayer sessions looking exclusively for burrows, or the second option is by getting help of the community, which was the case while making this map.